What is up? God damn, it's bright in here. Nothing to be done about it either. I look way better in the dark. So much better. Don't look at this camera before. God, I'm gross. What is up? What is up? Let's see here. I have no idea what it took to get all this back up and going. No idea.
So take a big step. Take a gamble. Take control of our fear and turn the table. So take a big step.
Let's see here. Okay, we'll put that over there. Yeah. Ernesto. Let's see what happens here. Aha. Aha. What is going on? I did not get my hair and beard trimmed. It's all the same. Everything's the same. But if you think I look handsome, thank you. Something like that, I think. Something like that. Oh, I messed up there. Ace high might be good. They bet the flop small. Check the turn. Ooh, they had a 10. But welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad everybody's here. Anybody and everybody. Welcome, welcome. Play some cards, hang out. You know what I mean? Tiny Row, what is up? Welcome. Usually I start like this. I like to say hi first. But sometimes when you start the stream, because I have like hotkeys, it changes the camera while I'm typing something. It's a whole fucking thing. So here we are. You know? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? But here it is. Did I set up a hotkey for that? I did. I did. We got bomb pots being played. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but we're doing it. Fuck it. We fought 2 pair. This is really good. We will bet small. Oh, I'm glad it looks good. Glad everything looks good. Christopher, what is up, buddy? Glad you're here. Welcome. We'll do a little of this. We'll see how the games are tonight. Another option, of course, is WPT. That's where we played last time. We lost a lot, and then I made it up playing not on stream. So we're like back to even there. I had a good Saturday at the casino. Saturday night. Played some 2-5 and won 1.5 buy-ins. Pretty good. Pretty good. We're all just knitting it up in here. What is this? I don't know what any of this is now. Okay, they still do the leaderboards, it looks like. Can I click that? Okay, every 2 hours. Yeah, so the rakeback has ceased here, so I don't know what we're going to end up having. We were playing it a lot in March because the rakeback was so high. We have a flush draw and a bad straight draw. I think we call one and hope it doesn't get raised. Down here we have a small pair on the bottom board only. Lori Wagner, welcome. Thank you. Yes, it's the AC is working here, so we're wearing the gear. Oh, this is no good for me. Can I bluff is the question. Somebody's knocking on my door. This is crazy. I can't answer the door like this. I'm not going to answer it. That's what I'm going to do. What could this be? See, if I was in the basement, I wouldn't know. Oh my God, I'm going to have to answer this. Where's the thing where I sit out? All right, let's see what's going on. Alright, I don't know. Who knows? Like, I'm not. Maybe a salesperson. Fuck them. Some sort of salesperson. Get out of here. Yeah, see, this stinks. I'm right by the front door. I do have to... Hold on a second. I'll be back. I'm back, don't worry. Alright. Alright. I cannot call. Everyone would have been enjoying this. Finally, I think we get nice weather like all week, right? Nice and cool and crisp. Not too hot. Be a little chilly tomorrow. That's okay, though. I'm good with that. Bring it on. Friday's looking good, though, for the Hillcats game. Anybody here going to make it to the Hillcats game? I was a little worried about this over here. Like, the games were reasonably good when the rakeback was really high, but if they're going to be really tight, we're just going to have to go to... We'll have to switch sites. It's going to be real nitty and, you know, just no good. Just no good. Today was my first day not commuting. It was great. Man, I went and looked at a place. Went and looked at a place. Today, I didn't love it. So that's taking up some time. And then, of course, I'll be packing like crazy here soon. So yeah, it's a very busy time. We 3-bet from the small blind down here. I think we can go small. Represent the overpairs and see what happens. The downside is the in-position player does not have a lot of incentive to raise. It's easier for them to just call, call, call. We picked up equity on the turn, which is really interesting. We defended up here. We will be looking to check raise. I think we'll go small again. Up here, we're going to check raise on the larger side. The 8 is no good. So the decision is jam. I think we're going to do it. We're going to pull the trigger. Oh, they jammed on me. So then I'm calling 60 into a pot that will be... It's shockingly close. thought about it a long time. Okay. I'm going to get there 18% of the time. 60 into a pot once they call. Yeah, just... I guess I have to fold. Just gotta let it go. No one's going to make it to the game Friday. It's sad. It's upsetting. It's going to be a good time. There's going to be a sweet blanket there. Taking forever. Yeah, we got to get out of these bomb pot tables. They just slow everything way down. And they can be exciting, but... Wow. Alright, so Kira Girl bets those very incorrectly. Just fold twos there. No big deal. We'll call ace queen off. We're good to check and probably call depending on the size. You know, the delayed C bet for the large size is often pretty heavily overbluffed. I'm going to call and see what they do on the river. Right on the cusp. I think we talked about this last time, though, right? If I just never bluff catched, I'd be good. That sizing is right on the cusp. I just have to call. It's just, oh, they turned the 10. It happens. Yes, it's just so easy when they check back the flop for them to start over bluffing the turn, because they tend to check back the flop with all of their weak shit and mediocre hands. Ace Queen has got a lot of equity there to call. But that 75% sizing is very close to being the point in which you cannot call. 3-Name Bandit, what is up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. It is the month of April. We are dangerously close to Pacific Opals. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are. Be up in the studio tomorrow night, recording Wednesday's episode. Looking forward to that. And and heading down to Lynchburg on Friday. It's all very exciting. All right, let's get out of this table. We'll keep an eye on a table that does not have a bomb pot. Well, yeah, Lori, I'm heading to Lynchburg. It's quite the journey for you. quite the journey. The ace is really good, though we both have a lot of aces. All right, we'll check. When they don't bet, we're just going to try to get called by something, but they don't have much. What's this table? Let's get on the wait list there. Everyone have a good Easter. I ate a lot of food, and then I was in a coma. I think I was asleep last night at like 8 or 8:30 because I ate so much. It was so good. It was just so good. Okay. This person checking the first time makes sense. Where'd the big bet come from on the 2? I'll just fold. It's pretty hard to have 2s. There's only one combo available. Just win a lot. 7s, Jesus Christ. And this person is just not value betting. Get a walk with Ace King, fantastic. But yeah, we did have a great session Saturday. I'm hoping. Well, there's a lot going on with the moving and the selling and all that junk. But living so close, I should be able to get to play more live poker. And I'll start to try to recap that in video format. I don't know. But yeah, we had a decent session this past Saturday. Played for like 5 hours. I think we were up 1,500. Give or take some, in case the government ever sees this. This site might be a little tight. We were playing last month. We had a lot of green people at all the tables. clearly just fold. Unfortunate. Oh, wow. So we see them splash that pot. So everybody got a little bit. I wasn't at the table, but okay. Huh. How much am I up or down on streams? I don't know. I'd have to look. I'm shockingly not down a lot. Well, on stream, I'm down significantly. But I don't track it that way. I just track the sessions, so I don't know. I don't like write, oh, I streamed. But I'm probably down 500 or 600 on stream, but I'm, again, my live and my online are all in the same place, so I'm definitely up, but like online, I'm basically break even because I lose on stream and then win, and then lose on stream and then win. When I'm not on stream. So like last week I was down 300 on the stream. The next day I played and I was up. And that happens an awful lot. It's really hard to stream and play. Because sometimes I'll be talking to the chat, then a decision will come up. Sometimes I get involved in some hands that I probably wouldn't if I wasn't on stream. Just so there's something to see. Yeah, streaming poker to like a non-poker audience is very unique because like streaming poker, like streamed poker, unless you're deep in the weeds, like it's kind of, you know, not all that entertaining. All right, I can get another regular table up. Come on, get me in. Not looking good there. Get me on this one. But yeah, I don't track the streams separately, so I'd have to like go watch them and look. And even then, I don't know because I don't typically show like my balance. Yeah, it was a good session. The game was pretty good. Wow, up top. That's sick. And he didn't burn an ace or a king. There we go. So they chop. I got lucky. I had some good hands, which always helped. And I played well. I was focused. There's a lot of variance in poker. I mean, you need to hit a hand when somebody else hits a hand sometimes. But I was able to pick up a lot of medium pots and a couple big ones. One big one. We got it in pre-flop. I had kings, and luckily he had ace king. And I held. He didn't have a full stack. I want to say he had 700 or 800 when we started the hand. So that was good. And a lot of decent pots. But poker's funny because that king's hand easily could have gone the other way. He could have spiked an ace. And then I lose 700 or 800. And let's see if there was 700 or 800 in that hand, and I was up 15. Yeah, so I, you know, would have made $100 that session or something. Can't know. Oh, I use 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can't add a number. But yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So top left 1, top right 2, bottom left 3, bottom right 4. When a fish limps the small blind, we just raise and hope to win. It's a really good flop. We'll check. I don't know if he's betting an 8 there. Probably not. Probably like a flush draw or something. I think our jack is good, and we got a bet in there. But that's why you don't limp from the small blind. If he had just opened, I fold. And he wins a buck. But instead he limps, I raise. He ends up losing $5. Do have some pizza on the way. I'm very excited. Very hungry. It's going to take forever to get here. But allegedly. Allegedly, there's pizza. We'll just call with ace deuce suited on 3. So there's the splash thing. So what do we all get? Like a buck or $2 or something? $2. Okay. It's interesting how they do that. If they bet down on 3 down here, just fold. Ugh. They're going to bet a lot of their best flush draws. So the question is, can I start bluffing? Here, we are going to stab the turn. Check the flop. We'll bet the turn for a larger sizing. You heard me say earlier, oh, it's over bluffed, and it is. Even for $1, I lose to everything. But it somehow also works, so we can't assign knowledge to people that just because we know it doesn't mean they know it. Table 3, we have ace queen off in the small blind. We will 3-bet if they open. They don't, so we'll just open it up. Bet small on table 1. They're just really wide when they defend the big blind. We turn top pair. I think there's still a lot of hands that we can get some value from. Pairs that contain a club or things like that. So we'll bet small. If they raise, I don't think the raising is a bluff. Like, I don't think they're going to find enough bluff raises on the turn. But we're targeting hands with a single club for another bet, with plans to shut it down on the river. You know, get 2 streets and call it good. George, did I order a salad? Stop it. I ordered a pizza. All right. Whoa. down here in the bottom right, we got to bet pretty small. We have the ace of clubs, it's a king high board, but they're not going to stab at that board enough. And even if they do, I can't check raise myself, so the goal is to just try to get the money in. Again, we'll go pretty small, I think. We just have, you know, we have the nuts. If he was calling us with a king, assuming he doesn't have an insane hand like king 5, then I don't think he'll ever fold it. So we'll put it in for just a little bit over pot, but he folds. But that's all right. We'll just fold here. It's a hand that probably should have been 3-bet, but oh well. I just ordered a pizza. We'll hang out and I'll eat it. I forget what I even ordered. Be surprised. We'll just be surprised. Scoping it out. Scoping out my other option. It's like not even just that I'm not in a lot of hands. It just feels like a lot of hands aren't taking place. We flop a gut shot. We will check. And probably check raise depending on if he stabs and what size he chooses. They decide to go with half pot. We will go a little over 3x. Normally I would not call with 4s on table 1, but we're getting a pretty fantastic price to try to set mine. We don't get there. Here we mess. The move is to kind of go biggish. After check raising, when the obvious hands don't come in, we got jammed on. I mean, he could have turned 2 pair or something crazy, so we just fold. We're just never bluffing. When you're really wide configuration and blind versus blind is the widest it can be, like you need to be looking, you know, for every reason to check raise. It doesn't always work, but it works enough to be profitable. Nodak, what is up, buddy? That's right. Nodak with the great advice. Hit that like button. and hang out, chat. You know? We're here to hang. It's more of a hang than a study session. All right. Ace King suited down in the bottom right on 4. Early position open. We 3-bet. If they 4-bet, I guess we jam. We wildly miss, but that's pretty good. You know, how likely is it that they have 5s, 6s, and 7s? So-so. We turn a lot of equity. We'll check and miss and see what they do. If they come up betting, we have a pretty easy fold. Yeah, no reason to call here. No reason to call. If they check, we probably jam. Bet check bet works pretty well there. I defended the big blind on table 2. Nobody bet the flop. We turn an open-ended straight draw on a flush completing turn, but the flush is pretty unlikely. Bet's nearly pot, though. We'll just fold. It's a pretty big bet multi-way. I thought it was off the bomb pot tables. I mean, they're so bad at labeling these. So bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, I dug out the beekeeper bibs. I'll wear them on the 25th. So make sure you're coming out. I think everybody here is smart enough to make it. It's going to be a great time. Where is this pizza? I want it. We would like to ISO here. We'll go up to 13 with 8s. And try to just get heads up versus the fish down here on table 4. Probably could have gone to even $14. Yep, just taking it down is good though. Just picking up $6 is not bad. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy month. I have no idea how the straight, like, I have no clue. It's about to get real hectic. You should really not call from the small blind all that often, but I am effectively closing the action. Like, I don't think this person's going to raise enough. This was like on the cusp of like 3-betting or folding. But if you can get away with a call, then it's worth a shot. Miss, no reason to be crazy. Yep, the fancy white bibs with the barbecue stain. They're going to make it out. Oh, my pizza's here. Somehow. How to get here? All right. I'll be right back. We got food. Huh? Some pepperoni and some salami and some banana peppers. Close these tables. Hilarious turn of events. I know I don't have any fucking plates. I got nothing. Smells good. It smells good. Gotta find a tray. Unfortunately, Parlay Popes, is I can't use Joe Azer because I'm in West Virginia. It's not licensed here. Otherwise, of course I would be. Every smart person, if you're buying or selling a home in the Northern Virginia area, would be calling Joe Azer. That's 571-989-AZER. I'll be back. I'm here. Good to see everybody. If we do start playing poker, if we do pick up the games, we'll not play on coin. Yeah. Now we're just eating pizza. Got a lot of flop. Every now and again, I give this place another shot. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the best. DC Sports Market. Yep. Plates are gone. I'm pretty sure she bought them, so it seems reasonable. After this weekend, I don't think there'll be anything behind me. It'll truly be a big empty house. Mm-mm. No ice cream trays to be taken. Otherwise, probably. But I have an ice maker. Yeah, the crust isn't great. I switched it up, but yeah, it's not very good. Now look. Even bad pizza is good. It's still pizza. It's still pizza. It'll do. It's all right very well with my ice maker. I mean, until I leave. At least until I'm gone. The fridge has an ice maker, but once I leave, that's over. And who knows what I'll have. All right. Let's get in here. Let's get in here. see. Oh, all right. They're in the right spot. Flop a gut shot with a back door. We will call one. King might be good. A club is good. Of course, the queen is good. We will just call. No straight got there. If they were betting like a straight draw. I think if they had... It's a big bet, but we're just going to call. If they have it, they have it. Yeah. They're just overplaying their hand. I don't have a crazy fancy ice maker at DC Sports Market. It's just in the freezer. I don't need one of those like pellet ice makers. I've looked at them before, but it would be a crazy purchase even for me. I make a lot of bad, crazy purchases. I'm reckless and irresponsible. We flop shitty pair down here on 4. Our 5s. They're naturally going to check a lot, so it doesn't tell us about like their hand strength. So we'll check. If they call with 6s, 7s, 8s, or 9s, we're dead to all of that. So it's pretty not a great spot when you turn a boat. Let's say both the second player snap checked. I'm gonna bet. I don't think this person has anything. They considered. I don't think it's unreasonable if I was to get called by like an ace there. Heyo. And there's a bunch of people already posting, huh? So I probably want to open it to at least 5 doll hairs. Let's look for some shenanigans. When this person calls, this should basically never happen, but it can then create like a waterfall effect. When they call there, I don't know what they could possibly have. Get a monotone ace high board. It's not great for kings. We will check. But we'd be doing a lot of checking out of position. We'll see what happens. I will check. I only have one statue, DC Sports Mark. We definitely have to call one and evaluate the river. When they choose such a small sizing, yeah, we just are going to win all the time. All right, so this person's crazy. Good to know. But yeah, I have one statue, the one Mike gave me. The rest are hers. she collects them. I like them, but I don't have a lot of things. Like, I'll buy junk and then I end up throwing it away. Like, you know. It's just the way it is. Yeah, and I've been good, and I'm going to remember this, to just not get a lot of stuff. I don't need a lot of stuff. Especially if I'm going to be playing more poker. I don't need things. I need to just focus on poker. You know? Oh, Jeff Nelms, Jesus Christ, man. Are you here? Say hello or something. Jeffrey Nelms. Full spread for Jeff Nelms. Thank you, sir, for the very generous Venmo. Wishing me a happy Monday. Thanks, buddy. Back at you. I bet you ate so good yesterday. You were probably smoking and grilling. It was probably amazing. If you're in here, I want to know about it. I don't even think you said hello. You're too kind. Too generous, sir. I very much appreciate you. Especially with all the money I've had going out for expenses that I didn't want to incur. Power washing and AC repair and so much fun. So much joy. When the button off of a relatively small stack calls, they're going to have small pairs, and then random suited Broadway type cards. We're just going to check. Hello, check. And they check back. They probably don't have a lot. Ace 10's probably good. I wonder if I can almost bet for value if I go small enough. Like with random overcards that might call. No reason to be playing shorthanded on this site. There's plenty of tables. Two short stacks. But yeah, if you're feeling generous like Jeff Nelms, who I guess isn't even here, there's my Venmo on the left, at Riker Sean. Is there no mechanism to wait for the blinds? They do take it away. Huh. Up here, this person posted, this person called ace 8 suited. We can call, because I don't think we're going to get raised very often. I don't think it's strong enough to raise because they don't fold enough. It's a pretty good flop for my hand. We're going to bet really small. And see what happens. Once we get raised, here, of course, we're going to bet small. We flop top set. See what happens. Oh, I'm getting such a good price to hunt for a king. We turned quads. I don't know. All right, and we pick up the flush equity here. Check. Here, I think we want to just bet really small again. For $32. I don't know that I can just... I don't think I can go big. Like, all he had was a flush draw. I'm glad I got away there. The Crazy Tuesday Night Show will be back. Tomorrow night I'll be up there recording. We'll have a fun show. Will it be streamed? You'll have to wait and find out. Early poker. I think I started at 7. But yes, in a perfect world, what will happen is I'll start streaming earlier and earlier, honestly. $5 is big. It's not so big with the ante and the 3 blinds, so we have to call. We whiff. We will just check fold. Start to get creative if we had more equity, but yes, again, with the move, with everything's happening, the streaming will still be inconsistent. But once I move or things settle down, the stream will be earlier on nights that I do stream. I work where I live now, so I don't have to commute an hour home. So, when I get off at 5, I don't have nothing to worry about. I think I'll even be able to get off a little earlier most days. But some of this does allow for me to play poker live. Because I can get to the casino at 5:30 or 6 and play till 11 or 12. We got queens in the top right. Sixes, just wants to check. Pretty big. We'll just fold our 6s. Welcome, Scott Bergson. Glad you're here. Hey, gotta respect that bedtime. I also tend to be asleep pretty freaking early. We can adjust a little now. I don't have to commute in the morning. So that'll be nice. See what happens. But yeah, look. I respect the bedtime. Alright. Flop the nut flush draw on a paired board. We will call. They could have a lot of King X there when they call. Because they have offsuit varieties of, you know, hands like King 10 and King Jack and King Queen. Maybe even King 9. Who knows? They bet fairly large, but we are drawing to the nuts. We miss. What happened here? We'll check. Clearly we fold. He didn't bet the ace high flop. I think we got to start betting ourselves. Probably should have just bet the donk the flop. You will overbet a little. If they have a weak ace, I don't think that they're folding for a slight overbet. Yep, parlay popes. Yep, now I hang air fresheners and wiper blades in my neck of the woods. Same company, but I'm doing it out here. Lots of air fresheners, lots of wiper blades. Occasionally washer fluid. Got aces down in the bottom left, table 3. What in the fuck happened down on table 4? We have to call with the draw. We might choose to donk. Fold. I guess I fold. I don't fucking know. We missed. Down here with the 10s, I'm kind of interested to see what happens here. This person 3-bet very large, and then the button called. Hey, we get 3-bet. 25 to go. Oh, here we go. Come on. Do it, baby. There we go. Oh, I'm not auto topped up over here, am I? Oh, you dirty dog. Wait a minute. Be right back. second uniform here. Since I'm not eating. Oh, good. That takes away my decision. I was like, do I 3-bet that fish? Whoa. There's an open, a 3-bet, and a 4-bet jam from another fish. They got it through, though. Make sure I have auto top up on, so I don't get screwed again. Freaking get the money all in. I don't even have 100 big blinds in front of me, like some sort of fish. It's bullshit. Oh, that's a big bet. I can't fold yet, but I can't raise. So we got to call one. Evaluate the turn. The king is interesting. Really feels like my card to lead, but we'll check. That's a big bet. Just let it go. The advantage of leaving is like leading myself is that I can kind of set a price. 9's on table 3 with an ace high board. We're just going to check. We're going to bet like our best ace X. Or hands that like block 2 pair because they can have ace 4 and ace 5 sometimes. We'll just fold. Justice for 1. Hello, hello. Welcome. Did you yell at your husband again and tell him to put Sean on? It's very weird. Very excited to meet him. Oh, it's great to see you. I'm glad you're here. The 25th is sure to be a star-studded event. With all of the most solid dudes. And that includes women. I'm very excited. We flop top pair, medium kicker on a board where straights are very possible. See, people are severely under 3-betting. So like ace 10, 9, 10 is like very much a thing they could have. And our hand's too weak, like it doesn't want to face a check raise. So we let it get through. We call a turn bet. The queen pairing is not ideal. But like how many queens are they really betting on the turn? This feels really close. I think we call. Hey-oh. It's that sizing tell. They tend to go a little bigger with their value. They just do. You kind of rely on that. And the line doesn't make a lot of sense. So if you think of poker in terms of like storytelling, you want to try to tell a story, and your sizing and your betting, like, you know, can tell a story. And it's easy when they're a fish just because they do wacky things. So you could just give them more bluffs. All right, good. I'm glad, Justice. Well, we get 3-bet by somebody who I'm going to guess rarely 3-bets because nobody 3-bets enough. Ace King off is just not worth 4-betting. We just call. Like, Ace King is a really good hand, but if something happens in the hand, you know, you kind of got to play it appropriately. And they're saying, hey, I have a really strong hand when they 3-bet. You know, act accordingly. Sometimes you're allowed to get bluffed. That's okay. Even with 2 overs on a monotone board, just not good. We just, when we defend, we have a lot of hands. Hundreds of combinations of hands, and we have a lot of hands that contain a spade. So we don't need to be getting out of line with other things. Weak player opened up from early position. They only open up 12% of hands. So the decision is like, hey, am I going to get it in with Ace King? And I think so. They're short, so they could just jam here. They decide not to, which is interesting. So how likely is it that they have aces or kings or ace king? Pretty unlikely. We just got to bet tiny and maybe they spaz out. They have ace queen or something. Just keeping them on the payment plan. The money can very easily go in on the river. Jack is not ideal, but Queen 10 is unlikely. So we shove. Hopefully he has Ace Jack or King Jack and we win. Ace 10, that's insane. We'll just bluff on this river. No. He picked up a 6. All right. It be happening. I wasn't expecting us to get called by a 6. We can't call there with a limper behind because we're just going to be stuck in the middle with 5s. So even though it seems like a good hand, even when you hit your set, which doesn't happen very often, it's very hard to get paid. The nerds call it equity realization. But even though your hand might have a lot of equity, you just can't get what it's worth because of your position. On the button, 5s can definitely call. Kevin Clarkson, welcome. What is up? We'll check 5s again. And of course, the 4th heart came. New river to king. Bluffing there has to be worth more than what my pair was worth, and my pair's worth quite a bit there. We'll call with 10s versus a button 3-bet. Ace high flop. We'll see what sizing they choose. You're probably going to c-bet all the time there. We got to call 1. And then evaluate. If they had gone bigger, we could pretty easily fold, but for folding 10s, we're folding jacks and queens and anything that's not an ace. And I think they're gonna stab at a pretty, not stab, they're gonna c-bet at a pretty high frequency when they 3-bet on an ace sideboard. Joe Azer, welcome, buddy. I was in the casino Saturday playing. Had a nice session. Had a good session on Saturday. 2-5 games started up. Luckily, the weather was so good, the poker room was pretty quiet. But it got going, and we finished up a fair amount. The button, to put this person limp, we are going to 3-bet. We have to go a little bigger. The button should be fairly wide with all that dead money in there. They called really fast, so like you have some pairs that are on the cusp, some that want to like get the money in. You know, king, queen, maybe even ace, king. Like, that makes a lot of sense. Like, they don't have a decision. We can just fold. Kevin Clark's if you're 4 table micro stakes. Awesome. We're out on WPT. 4's a lot on this software if you're not familiar, or if you haven't played a lot of online poker, because the software does not bail you out at all. And you're going to have a lot of decisions, I imagine, at the micros. I can't imagine there being a lot of folding. I think we have to try to not be infinite ways here, so we will make it $10. With 7 already in the pot. Jesus. Well, that's okay then. Aces seem scary, but I don't think they are. We're going to bet a quarter. We're targeting pairs smaller than 9s. 8s, 7s, 6s, 5s. This person snap called. We're going to bet really small again. I got a lot of value with 9s. Like, I think that's it for me. There's no way I could bluff. Maybe he's got some wacky ace, I guess. Ace 10 he limped in with. All right. And then decided not to raise at any point. We'll check again. Though we probably could have bet ourselves. We have to call. The flop and check through. We river 2 pair. I think I want to bet myself. I just don't think I think their bluff was on the turn. If they somehow had a hand like King Jack that didn't bet the flop, like, it might not bet the river. How you been going, Joe? It's good to see you, Mr. Azer. Am I going to see you soon? Going to make your way up to the studio or something? You missed your read I did for you earlier, Joe. It was very professional. Very professional. Bacardi Limon. Bacardi Limon. Flopping open-ended is pretty good. Oh, the flush came in. What is he betting? Can I bluff the river? I think that I can. My story's not credible, but neither is his. I think it's just some very weak pair. You're good, man. Beat him up, Kevin. Bang him up. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I really like playing online. It's very different from live, but I really enjoy it. Do I take walks around the neighborhood like when I play? I tend to take breaks. If I'm not streaming, generally what I do. I don't take a long walk around the neighborhood or anything like that. I just, I play at my desk, but I'll, every 60 or 90 minutes, I'll take like 5 minutes. Just kind of stand up, do whatever. But I really enjoy it, so it's not like, I don't know, it doesn't feel lonely to me at all. But I stand up and take breaks in the casino too, usually every couple hours. Like, you don't play nearly as many hands in the casino, so you don't get like fatigued. You're only seeing 25 to 30 hands an hour live. So it's not as tiring. And streaming I don't find as tiring, mostly because I'm hanging out with the chat, so I'm not nearly as dialed in and focused on the tables. Again, like, it's very different when I'm not streaming, playing online. So I'm not looking at the chat. I don't have to narrate what I'm doing, or if I do, it doesn't have to make a lot of sense. Like when I would record for like coaching or something like that, like the person I was narrating to knew what was happening, so I didn't have to go through every thought. I could kind of start in the middle. Or only what I thought was important. We will see bet. It's on the smaller side with the nut flush draw. I'll take breaks, but they're generally like 5 or 10 minutes. I don't go for like a walk. I gotta break it up. What's this person doing? Just fold. Yeah, the streaming is, it's nice. But I don't get as fatigued from like poker. When you're really four tabling and focusing, like you really are trying to watch most hands. He bet half pots on that board. We can fold. The standard C-bet everything size is closer to a third, though half is becoming more popular. I haven't paid enough attention. Half might be the standard on this site because they have the button for it. I think some pros that are really grinding online, they'll like get a walking desk. But a lot of little breaks really helps if you're really grinding for hours and hours. I usually only stream for 2. Top pair, top kicker, and a limped pot. It's actually really good. So we will bet. 6 brings in some straights. I think if we bet small, though, if somebody does have the straight, they're going to raise now. Yeah, so I think this person all likely has a straight. If they don't, good for them, but I don't think they have worse than 2 pair. So we'll just fold. And for fun, let's see. There's the straight. You know, it turned card kind of uncapped their range, right? So I'm able to just kind of go small because they get worried about the flush. And they'll raise. So I know, you know, I don't have to like check calling is bad because, you know, they don't always have a straight. Sometimes they have a combo draw or something. So you don't get information. So when you can, fish tend to be easier to get information from. And the way to do that is to put in a size that their hand does not want to play for. It wants to play for more or whatever. And typically they will oblige. Games are definitely good here. That is for sure. The games are very good. The software is very bad, but oh well. Can overcome that when the games are good and there's money to be made. I was hoping coin would stay on track, but it doesn't. I think somebody, I'll have to look again, but I feel like their traffic was like it fell off a fair bit after March when they ceased the rake back. This is still technically good for like micro stakes where they pay no rake, but it's not the case for me. Ace King on table 4. Let's see if we can't get some action. Maybe hit a nice hand. The straddle called. We'll bet small. Called the small bet. We actually picked up a lot of equity. We're getting check raised now would suck so badly. We're going to check. And we get there. He bet fairly large. Raise, of course. And if he puts it in, I think he only puts it in with a boat. So we could probably just fold. But it'd be hard for him to have a boat. He would have had to not check raise the flop when I bet small with a 9, and then turn to boat. And a little one. Yep, no player notes. You can't mark them up. It's kind of lame. What state are you in, Kevin? Global was okay. They were nitty though. It got really nitty towards the end. No free plugs, but if you're in a state that supports clubs poker, the games are good. The software also isn't great, and there's not a ton of traffic. And maybe they're not great anymore, but they were really good. Oh, we can 4-table here, Enoch. I can always 4-table. I started with 2. It's really hard when I'm streaming. But 2's kind of too boring for the stream. No cheesesteaks tonight, Enoch. I've already eaten a couple slices of pizza on the stream. You've missed them. You missed out. To squeeze or not to squeeze? If I can get heads up versus the fish, that would be great. Ooh, he snap called. We're gonna check. Actually, we're gonna bet really small. I think we have enough fold equity here to jam. And it's not the worst thing in the world if we get called. Boom! Shakalaka. We got there. It's unfortunate he had a queen. But we got there. Oh, Southern California. You have some nice live options there. You can't be too far from some card rooms. I reside in West Virginia. Not deep in the hills of West Virginia. I am, I don't know, 90 minutes from DC. You got card rooms. You got Hustler Casino. There's other ones I'm not thinking about. Gardens. Not like LA though. No. Oakland. The live games are out there aren't bad. In the card rooms there. So here the Bay Area has been great as of late. You want me to eat another 2 slices, Enoch? I don't think I could do it tonight. I'm not feeling it. And the pizza wasn't very good. It's much easier when the pizza's really good, but it wasn't. You're a crazy man. You're a madman. We flop an overpair, way out of position on a paired board. We'll check. The beeping noise is the bridge. It's the bridge of the starship. So I'm a Starfleet officer. Or at least dressed like one. That's Riker Sean. That's me. Oh my God. Alright, top left. 779, the flop check through. I bet the turn with 10s and got raised. I don't fucking know. Give me time. Look, turn raises are so fucking underbluffed. I don't know. He's basically saying he has 4s. I don't know. I fold. He could have checked a 7. I don't know. Oh, and he checked. I got fucking bluffed off of that thing. I don't know how you raise in position. Well, hopefully the fucking cutoff had 4s or 2s or 7, 9 or something crazy they check the flop with. Sometimes they'll check the flop with the nuts. I have to know. Show me. Okay. This person raised with 2, 3 of clubs. I mean, they're an idiot. It's rare that I have to pay to see the cards. I had to know what was going on there. Oh, I understand the cost of living. Most of the people in the chat here know me from a podcast that I do. That's nothing to do with poker. The Chad Duke Show, if you like comedy. You can find it on YouTube at Chad Duke Show. If you like funny, I think there's some stuff up there. Well, I know there's stuff up there, but I think there's some fun. I think in your podcast feed, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find it. There's a free show every few weeks. The Poor Edition, curated by Mr. Joe Azer, who was in the chat earlier. But yeah, we're all in the basically suburbs of DC, which is about the same as LA. Almost the same. I go out to Southern California quite frequently. I have a lot of friends out there. But it's very similar. I did it. You'll see, Kevin. I'm just shocked that the person who raised had such a low equity hand. Once the other person called, they both didn't have clubs. King high board. How often are they going to stab? Not all that often. We'll check and see. We turn the joint. I think we have to bet small though. Yeah, they just don't have anything. Queen high flop on table 4. We have the flush draw. No extra equity. We will bet relatively small again. The idea is to get a wide and weak range to the river. We can capture one more turn bet, get them to fold by the river. At GLG, welcome. I was on Coin earlier. It was a knit fest. It was so good when they were doing the full rake back, and now it's back to being shitty. I think if Coin really wanted to attract more players, they would give the option for full ring, because a lot of weaker players want to play full ring. And then the rake situation would be a little less convoluted. The software is much better. I like Coin Poker. But the pool tonight, this evening at least, not great. Enoch, now you're just being mean. I'm not gloomy at all. It's my voice in my face. I can't do anything about those things, you son of a bitch. I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy a bunch of nitty people. Yeah, we want the loose action people over here, but Coin had them for March. But I get it. They can't do excellent rakeback forever. Well, I mean, they could, but they just won't. They got to pay all of their people they fucking sponsor at this point. Well, I have a full-time job currently, Kevin, and then... But I play more live. Well, I'm going to be playing more live. But follow along. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I'm in the process of selling my house, downsizing my life, and there's a good chance that we leap from the very lucrative career into this. Oh, it's so tempting, but Ace Queen offsuit sucks. We have to call, but we have to be very cautious. We'll check. When the Razor checks the turn really fast like that, I don't think they have Ace King. They could check the flop with Ace King sometimes. This person has to have had a pair. They bet really small. We'll call. The flush draw missed if they somehow called the suited connectors, but it's possible they're that bad, I guess. They bet the turn small. They sized up on the river, but not a lot. I think we're just going to call. I mean, this guy is really overplaying his hands. I think he's the one that did it earlier, right? Basically, the easy way to think about that, like an underpair on an ace-high flop, is like, what's my hand's exact incentive? And meanwhile, he called the 3-bet pre. Like, he never has great hands. So, you know, just because the flop got checked doesn't mean jacks are suddenly of high value. And then he bet him twice. It's just crazy. We're basically looking to boat up on the river, but somehow he's almost has to have it, and we do boat up on the river. There's probably a perfect size in here somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Well, the second caller never has ace king there. So the first raiser could. The person who called never does. You're getting a price, but you have to be very cautious. If the 3-better was piling money in there, then you can fold ace queen on an ace high flop. And just go, well, I'm somehow dead. But you want to get in there with fish. So it's very counterintuitive, but if you were to track, you can't do it here on WPT, but if you were playing on a site where you could track all of your big pots, so many of them would be multi-way. Ace King's actually really good to check and then call a bet on the turn here. It's got a lot of equity. The Queen, he's got a lot of Queen X, so we'll check and see what sizing if he chooses to bet. But yeah, we're going to win a lot. And the queen kind of makes it so we can't really value bet the river. I think if it was some weird brick, we could bet for value trying to get a call from an ace. Parlay Popes, I'll boot you right out of here, you son of a bitch. Come in here trolling me tonight. It's very rude. How'd you find this channel, Kevin? I'm always curious. Somebody random found it the other day, too. I'm not complaining. It's good. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. But I'm always curious, like how I got into your algorithm. I guess if you're on poker YouTube, then there's not a lot of poker live content happening. I think because if you're a bigger name, they demonetize you, but they don't care about me. Why do I not remember folding that ace king there? That can't be right. What did I do? Oh, now I'm just not paying attention. I planned a 3-bet it. What did I do? Oh, that's fucking upsetting. Oh well. Because there was an open and then a call. What the fuck? Oh man, I'm really fucking up. See, this is the indication that we're reaching the end of the stream. Yeah, it wasn't like a call that a 3-bet and I considered 4-betting. That's not what happened. It was a open and a call. Oh, I'm so fucking dumb. Oh my god. They checked again? We'll check now. We'll bet, check, bet, and hope to get called by some random pair. Now, if you open late position, and I open late position, and get 3-bet by a blind, ace-queen off is definitely a call. But you have to be really cautious because they are under 3-betting from the blinds, but it's definitely a profitable call. You just have to be careful. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, I get recommended by YouTube, right? Because if you watch any live streaming, then I guess then there's not much. Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. Glad you're hanging out, Kevin. 10-3-3. There's lots of pairs between the 10 and the 3, right? So 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s, 5s, and 4s. And the idea is if we bet smallish on the turn, we can get all of those hands to pay twice and fold on the river. Now, of course, we turn top pair, which is pretty good. Nice. Oh, thanks, Enoch. See, you can be nice. Like Parlay Pope's in here, trolling. It's weird. Nobody streams on YouTube, really. Doug. The question is, how often really is the button going to stab? Probably not. Fuck me. You get no time. I think I really needed to bet there, right? Targeting spades. Now, since I didn't bet the flop, we're going to over-bet the turn, targeting flush draws. If they both fold, that's okay. But we want to get the max now. I thought I ISO'd on that ace-king hand, too. I don't know what I did. Oh, I didn't ISO the ace queen hand. The other player did. Now, if you're in the blinds with ace queen off, unless the button open, you can't really 3-bet it. Yeah, there's not a lot of poker streaming on YouTube, but again, I think that they demonetize you. Though I have no idea. I mean, Doug still does it, but I think they should, like... I think actually what ends up happening is if you leave the video up, it gets age restricted. That's what it is. Which for me, I don't care. I don't make any money from YouTube. And I doubt that will ever be a major revenue stream. So they don't boot you, they age restrict your videos. Not the live. You still get everything you would get from the live, is how I understand it. It's hard to, I think part of the reason it's hard to stream. So you don't get a lot of people that want to do it. This person, now here where I'm stuck in the middle, is very different. Because even if I get there, it's very hard for me to get paid. I'm just gonna fold. I was the straddle. Top pair, medium kicker, good kicker. The fish on the button, stabbed, will call. Raising doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, what am I targeting? All right, if he's monkey stabbing, raising, he just folds. Call here. The front door comes in. Did he bet the front door for that size? I am going to lead the river small. Yeah. We will raise ace queen suited versus a button open. Even a big open. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be grinders like on Twitch, but I don't know. YouTube's so easy. I'm just shocked more people haven't done it. I think just because Twitch was like the standard if you were doing like a long live stream. But Doug's done some fun stuff. I've like stolen. Some of his, you know, when he did I thought he did the pretty interesting thing where he started at the micros and then kept flipping it until he was playing really high, and that was fun. Well, yeah, that's why, like, Doug's streams had pretty good production. Well, it's people making him music that he could play. That was, like, funny. And he's a pretty funny character, but he's been doing it so long. And he's kind of carved out his niche. If the turn checks to me, I'm still going to check on table 4 with the ace-jack. And we could probably get away with a river 1 bet. Ace high is so close to being like profitable to check, but I'm gonna just river 1 bet, and it gets through way more than it should. Like basically targeting a range fold, like, which I think you get a lot there when it checks through the river. You just have to go like 90%, close to pot. You don't have to overbet it gets diminishing returns. But too small and you do start to get called by random underpairs, fourth or fifth pair. Yeah, a lot of the streamers so I've checked it out on Twitch, and it's kind of the reason that I always say it's boring is because they can't interact with the chat at all. One, a lot of them stream tournaments. Okay, and tournaments have way different time banks. So a lot of the times they will have a 5-minute delay, which makes it really hard to interact with the chat. I have a delay, but it's not quite 5 minutes. So I am limited. I can't play on sites that have crazy time banks. Like here, it's really fast. I would notice if somebody was, buying time to fucking wait till they could see my cards on stream. And then I would just stop streaming. But a lot of professional players that streamed when it was more common, all had to use the 5-minute delay. I mean, they were so paranoid. And maybe they were right to be. But on this site, same with coin, the time banks are too short. Like, you could do it once. Here, you could just pay, but I'd be like, well, they just keep paying to see my cards, so I'll just stop. There's an open and a 3-bet. Fives just can't call here, especially since the fish 3-bet. Yeah, Doug, when he plays the big stakes, he plays heads up. He sometimes streams full ring, and it's fun to watch him play full ring because he doesn't he doesn't know nearly as much. Ugh, we got 2 aces on the board where we raised with queens and got 2 callers. I have no idea what's happening here. You got to pay attention some, Kevin. You at least got to follow some of the action. He's saying the people on this site are really bad. Which is true. I have to call 1, but I don't know. We'll check his turn sizing. Oh, the clubs came in. We'll probably end up check folding. I'm going to imagine that he stabbed with clubs and got there. I don't know. I'm just going to fold. If he bluffed, he bluffed. But he had kings somehow. This guy is insane. I mean, this person didn't raise with kings. There was a limp. I opened, and he called. I mean, it's, he won the bare minimum. No, you got to be longer than a 15-second delay. You figure on here, if you look from a start of a hand. Okay, if I'm in the hand, they can last 90 seconds or more. So you have to, your delay has to be pretty significant. But it doesn't need to be 5 minutes. Check folding is reasonable on that ace-ace, whatever it was, board, but there was 2 clubs there, and it was a fish. I mean, notice he stabbed kings. I'd be checking everything there. So If he's stabbing kings, then he's basically monkey stabbing. Like, he would stab jacks then, because it's the same hand. He would stab tens. But yeah, you could definitely win at 100 NL here, playing very ABC. But you can make a little more if you're paying a little more attention to who you can bluff. But yeah, the talent on this site is pretty bad, Enoch. It starts to get better. Like, I do know pros that play it that are big winners. They're not playing 100 NL though. Most of them are playing 400 and up because the games are so good. Yeah, this site did a really good job promoting. Like, a really good job. And because of the way it functions, you're able to play in, I think, all 50 states. Well, yeah, I mean, if Kevin's playing in California, then you could play anywhere, because California throws everybody out. Like, even the other sweeps model sites don't work there. But WPT pulled some shenanigans where you're paying for not the chips to play, but for study chips or something like that. I don't know. Because they're partnered with Upswing. Okay. Fish limps. Fucking knit. Kind of tight player limps. Gotta make it. 550 from out of position. Flop top, pair top kicker. I'm gonna check a lot out of position. When he checks, he snap checks, so I don't think he's going to start monkey stabbing now. We're going to bet small, just half pot. We get a call. And now we're going to go a little over pot. You don't need to get called very often. I think I can call ace-6 suited. We're effectively closing the action. With easy fold. Yeah, all the sweeps ones got banned in California, but the way WPT is doing it is because they added the study element, whatever they call those, hand, where you can use the tokens to run your hands through a solver. So that's how it's not a sweeps model. But yeah, a lot of people play on these sites, Enoch, because they somehow feel they're safer. I don't know. I mean, WPT's a really well-known brand. Like, they're probably pretty safe. It would be somewhat challenging for bots to function well on this site just because of the way the action works. and the ante and the lack of time or hotkeys, and you can't use any software with them. So people tend to feel safer. And the good thing is, like in a healthy online ecosystem, is that there's a lot of weaker players instead of just a few, so they don't lose as fast. Because sometimes they take money from the other fish. But when it's a bunch of pros, and then fish, they just get beat up so fast. It's also what ends up happening to a lot of live poker rooms, because the jump from like 1-3 to 2-5 isn't huge. But most rooms that run, like let's say they have a 5-10 game, like the 5-10 game I play in on the weekends, right? The straddle isn't mandatory, but in a lot of casinos, it basically is. So it becomes 5-10-25, and just people just aren't rolled for it. It's too big of a leap, and it hurts the ecosystem of the room. It's really hard for them to have a jack. We have 2 overs. We'll call and evaluate the turn. You bet small again? I kind of want to check raise. We'll go to 20. And we get it through. If I had to guess, he had some pair between the jacks and a 5. 7s, 8s, 9s, or something like that. All right, we're going to be wrapping up here soon. Hey, we got kings. Maybe a big pot. Big pot alert. Ugh. All right, these nuts is a fish. This person's been pretty tight. We're definitely going to 4-bet, but the sizing is going to be challenging. We'll go to 30. I'll probably fold if he jammed, which he didn't do. This person's insane. It might be, the straddle might be 20 actually, but you know what I mean. We'll bet really tiny here. A quarter. Could probably even go smaller. If he has aces, he has aces. But I think they overwhelmingly jam it. The queen stinks. Because queens is a hand that he'd easily 3-bet and call the 4-bet with. But he'd also have jacks. We're going to check on the heart and see what they do. We have an overpair and a 4-bet pot. If we go broke, we go broke. But I'm not check folding, and I need to get called by jacks sometimes. Or 10s. Jesus Christ. And this is why you play here, man. But yeah, the straddle's probably 20, but when the straddle's a mandatory in a room, it makes it very difficult for players to move up from 2-5 or 5-5. And then it makes the 5-5 game really too difficult for the 1-3 or 1-2 players to move up into. And it hurts the ecosystem. Because there's a pretty big difference between a 5-10 game where you buy in for 2K and then a 5-10-20 game where you're buying in for 5K or higher. A lot of some of those games will let you buy in. You know, you'll play 400 big blinds deep. So even a good 5-5 player isn't, isn't going bananas. 3.5x would be a very large 4-bet because I could not fold to a jam then. Which, like, folding kings would be crazy, and I probably wouldn't fold, but it's not crazy here. I think betting jamming turn actually generates, on the heart turn, too much folds. It's always easy to get the money in a 4-bet pot, bet, check, bet. You can bet, small, jam. You have a lot of options. But on a nut-changing turn, when you decide to jam, you lose some of those pairs like he called with. All right. I said I was going to wrap up, then we had that hand. But it's time. It's time we wrap it up. Let's shut her down. Let's wrap it up, guys. Close these tables. Fold. I started this without pulling out my mouse. I've been using the trackpad the whole time, and it's not good for poker. It's not good. All right, everybody. Hold on. Let's real fast. The man of the evening, who I don't even think is here. I think he popped in, sent me a Venmo, and then left. But he still gets all of the love. Jeff Nelms. All of the love, my friend Jeff Nelms. Thank you for the very generous Venmo tonight. Kevin Clarkson, Parlay Post, Enoch Boateng. I have to go up all the way up. I know Joe Azer stopped by, Lori Wagner, Justice. Who else was here? Who else popped in? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Scott Bergson was here. Jorge was here. Ernesto. Glad you guys were hanging out. The 3 named Bandit. Tiny. Good to see all you guys tonight. Thanks for chiming in, hanging out in the chat. And I really appreciate your time here. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button, all that good stuff. Make sure you, you're doing the damn thing, man. You gotta make sure you're doing the thing, you guys. So, hey, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. We had a decent night tonight. I think we were up 400 for the evening. So we'll take that. It's never a bad thing. And life is good, guys. So thanks for hanging out here at Number One Poker with me, Riker Sean. Great to see you. Until next time, friendos, stay strong. Later.